Let's go.
I feel great.
Hey, that's a good complimentary football game, right? All three phases contributed, right? We didn't have it the way we wanted in the first quarter. Just keep plugging away, fellas. I can see the belief that you have in one another, and you can see it on the football field. I'm just telling you, it's real, okay? It's real. So that's 3 in a row. All right, that's 3 in a row, and I have one thing to say. Where's Chandler Jones?
Yes.
And now we got to keep it going, all right? That's the burden we have now. Let's do that for one another. The strain is obvious, okay? The strain is obvious. We've figured out how we need to play and how we need to win, more importantly, all right? And that's our formula, all right? And that's our formula. We're going to keep winning.
Hey, we off, but we ain't off tomorrow.
That's right.
We got to get another win on Thursday.
Stay at home tonight.
Hey, stay at home, get your body right, make sure you're ready to go tomorrow. You get in there with your positions, watch film, get ready for the next one. Okay? It'll be a crappy feeling on Thursday if we don't take care of business. All right? Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win!
What's going on, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Mikey Raider. This is the post-game review. Please let me know if you're online in the chat box or the chat room. A lot of information is missing from my screen. I do not know if my audio is correct. I've been having microphone issues. I've been having video internet issues. I've been having issues. Please, my friends, my fans, let me know if everything seems okay. If you can hear the video, you can hear me, you can see me, and everything. There's a lot of screens up here, and it says no data. So I don't know what's going on, but it appears to be live. Please let me know. Looks like we got Dirty 30 online. We got Dominique 5 saying what's up. But please let me know if you guys can hear me and see me. Arkham Raider, 2 red rings. Oh, thank you. That sounds good so far. All right. Thank you. God bless you, brother. My computer is old and my microphone with the moisture in the air. I don't know what's going on. Mr. Old School, everything 100. All right, cool. It still says no data on my YouTube page, but I see it on the screen, so I don't know. I love you guys. God bless you. All right. I'm going to start the video again, now that I think the show is working properly, because I want to do like a complete show with energy. So I'm going to play that locker room victory again, and we're going to get started with the real post-game review. It's going to be a good one, y'all. We're bringing back the rap, the victory rap. Let's do this. I'll be right back.
Let's go.
I feel great.
Hey, that's a good complimentary football game, right? All three phases contributed, right? We didn't have it the way we wanted in the first quarter. Just keep plugging away, fellas. I can see the belief that you have in one another, and you can see it on the football field. I'm just telling you, it's real, okay? It's real. So that's 3 in a row. All right, that's 3 in a row, and I have one thing to say. Where's Chandler Jones?
Yes.
And now we got to keep it going, all right? That's the burden we have now. Let's do that for one another. The strain is obvious, okay? The strain is obvious. We've figured out how we need to play and how we need to win, more importantly, all right? And that's our formula, all right? And that's our formula. We're going to keep winning.
Hey, we off, but we ain't off tomorrow.
That's right.
We got to get another win on Thursday.
Stay at home tonight.
Hey, stay at home, get your body right, make sure you're ready to go tomorrow. You get in there with your positions, watch film, get ready for the next one. Okay? It'll be a crappy feeling on Thursday if we don't take care of business. All right? Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win!
We got another victory. That makes it 3 in a row. And you know what? Since I'm so excited, and this is the post-game review here on Raider Central Live. And we got my main mans online, Dirty 30 Productions, Dominique 5, Arkham Raider, 2 Red Rings, Mr. Old School, Mud Shark. Since they are the early birds to this wedding in the chat room, and they love me, I think it's time that Mikey Raider brings back the victory post-game review acapella rap. Well, it's not really acapella, but it's the victory rap. Let's call it a victory freestyle. Let's do it, baby. I haven't done this in a while. Let's see what happens. Go Raiders. What's up? I hope y'all enjoyed that freestyle. I was going off the dome, having a good time. It's always a good time when the Raiders win. It's a victory Monday. Even though it's Tuesday, it's a victory fucking Monday. You notice in that locker room speech, Josh McDumbass, I'm just kidding. We got to be cool with him right now. He's done all right. You notice he didn't give him a victory Monday? Is that because we play on Thursday? I don't know. I'm just saying. What's up, everybody? We got Nutty Raider Nate. Boy, my voice is gone. Hopefully it's not longer than an hour show. We got a good show. We're going to look over some stats, watch a couple of post-game reactions. Then we're going to do a game preview for Thursday night from my perspective. And I'm a guru. I'm going to prove that everything I've been saying has been right these past 3 or 4 weeks. And we got to give this game a nickname. Every Raider game for the past 2 or 3 weeks has been given a nickname by me in classic old school NFL fashion. What will be the nickname of this game? I don't know, but if you guys remember the game against the Broncos when we won, I called it the Band-Aid game because we needed a Band-Aid to start to heal. Then we won last week. Again, my memory, I forgot who we beat. I'm stupid, but I called that game the Pride and Poise game. You know, after the Band-Aid, you start to heal, then you got the Pride and Poise game where we pulled out a victory. Now we got this game where we won in good fashion against, let's be honest, they're a pretty decent Charger team. People want to call it the barbecue chicken game. Who was that, Alfredo? This ain't the barbecue chicken game. It's got to go along with the Raider things that I've been giving it. So the Band-Aid game, the Pride and Poise game, and this game, let's be honest. This was the will to win game. This was the will to win game. The Band-Aid game, after Derek Carr cried and showed his emotions, the team bonded together, and we went out and we bought a Band-Aid. Once you put a Band-Aid on a cut, a wound, you feel good. You feel like, okay, it's going to start to heal. That was the Band-Aid game versus the Broncos. Then the next week's game, we were feeling ourselves. We were laughing. We were learning how to win. And that's the Pride and Poise game because we came out with pride and we stayed poised and we ended up winning the game in overtime with 2 walk-offs in a row. Now, this game didn't go to overtime. Why? Because it's the will to win. We had the will to win this game. After our Band-Aid, our Pride and Poise, now we had the will to win, and we came out and we dominated thoroughly throughout this game. Now, Thursday night's game, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If we win, and I'll let you know my predictions in a little bit. If we win on Thursday night, I'm giving you the name of that game now. That game will be the identity game. If we win in good fashion, which we should, I'll give my prediction later. But if we win that game on Thursday, which we should, that'll be the identity game. We got the Band-Aid, we healed, the Pride and Poise, we found the will to win. Now we got a fucking identity. Albeit I wish we had it 5 weeks earlier. But now we would have an identity. So this Thursday night on prime time, again, we should win. It's the identity game. We've showed the world what we're doing now, how we're coming together, how we're fixing it with the will to win, learning how to win. This Thursday night is the identity game. What's our identity? Running the ball, winning by 10 or more? Again, what will our identity be? And hopefully our identity will be winning. Arkham Raider, I will explain the Thursday game about whether I will be there in attendance in a little bit. Thank you very much. Win or lose, 2 red rings. Win or lose, the identity game works. Yes, we're on that path. We had the pride and poise, the will to win. Now our identity can come full circle, whether it be running the game with Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Derek Carr. We have weapons everywhere. We're building a winning culture. That's an identity that you can get around. I wish we had a more better defensive identity, but let's be honest. This week with the defense, they played pretty decent. They played pretty decent with the return of Nate Hobbs, and Chandler Jones came out of his fucking shell. We're going to look at some stats in a minute. Raiders beat the Chokers 27-20 in a pretty good game. And not as if the Raiders needed more motivation before this week's game. But Keenan Allen, the Chargers wide receiver that's been injured almost all year till last week, finally coming back. And since he hasn't done much playing on the field, he decided he was going to do much playing and opening of his fucking mouth. Keenan Allen, a couple of days before the game, whether it be on Twitter, I don't know where, but he said that he's going to treat our defense and our team, because our defense ain't the best. Let's be honest. We're like ranked 32nd in coverage. He said he was going to treat our defense like barbecue chicken. No doubt. That means they're dead. They've been cooked. They're barbecue chicken. No doubt. That means they're dead. You're going to get to see Slayer. I, myself, Keenan Allen, is the motherfucking Slayer. And you're going to get to see me. Okay? So not as if the Raiders needed extra motivation, but I appreciate you opening up your fucking mouth, Keenan Allen. That helped our defense basically play a much better game. That helped our identity that's starting to form from your mouth. So you did us a solid. You did us a frickin' solid. So the Raiders team, I believe, used that as extra motivation. Then after the game, they showed from one of our cornerbacks, veteran cornerbacks, posted a picture of Keenan Allen cooking raw chicken. You weren't able to cook your chicken. Your chicken is still raw. Yeah, you got a 25 or 30-yard touchdown over Amik Robinson, who a long time ago you called him short, like a little bitch. It's okay. 30 yards and a touchdown might have got you 10 points in fantasy. But who's on our team? Who's the real star? Your team still fed you raw chicken. You started cooking with that touchdown. You started cooking. Problem is, we took that fucking chicken off the barbecue grill. So you were left with nothing but raw chicken. And hey, wait a second. Aren't you a Raiders fan? You're a motherfucking Raiders fan. We all know this. We all remember this during the draft from your high school and college days. You were wearing Raider gear all the time. Actually, if I might not be wrong, I believe you were actually caught wearing this Raider hat while you were a San Diego Choker. I think this was your first or second year with the San Diego Chokers before they were the LA Chokers. I actually believe you were wearing Raider gear while you were a Choker. You're secretly in love with the Raiders. You always wanted to be a Raider. Maybe you can next year if you're a free agent. But you secretly wanted to motivate the Raiders. You secretly wanted to motivate us with that barbecue chicken comment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Keenan Allen. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. What movie is that from? Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's a good movie. That's a funny movie. I don't know what movie it is. I just can't remember it. All right. Who was the MVP in this week's game? Davante Adams. Every week it's either Josh Jacobs or Davante Adams, which is okay. Which is okay. It's fine. That means at least 1 week everybody's getting it done. But we need to create some other star players on this team. We're doing a decent job with Mac Hollins, but Keelan Coles and whoever else, Amir Abdullah's, ain't nobody doing shit. I mean, Foster Moreau, decent job blocking, doing his shit. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. But we need to create another star. Because if any of these players need to go out, they're injured for a little bit, a week or two. Ugh. But again, we don't have Renfro and blah, blah, blah. But Davante Adams was the MVP. 8 catches, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. And before the game, on my show that you watched, and on Twitter, let's go over my tweet and my prediction. My prediction, Raiders win in third overtime with a third walk-off, but on a field goal to win 33-32. The Illuminati number 33, I had to put that in there. Because I knew we had primetime games coming up and the NFL wants to make us win so they get better primetime ratings. LOL, what y'all got? And then I wrote, Davante Adams, 203 yards and 2 touchdowns for the MVP. He had 8 for 177 and 2 touchdowns. But I predicted 203 yards and 2 touchdowns. But I'm still the guru. I'm still the guru. And one Raider fan said, explain your prediction in overtime with the score of 33-32. How is that even possible? Well, to the people that don't understand math, a score of 33-32 in overtime is actually impossible. I knew that when I made the prediction. I thought it would be a field goal victory in overtime. But I wrote the 33-32 just because the NFL seems to amaze me. They make up new rules every week. There might have been a sack or a safety somehow, and then the game could have kept going in overtime in a walk-off. I don't know. Again, maybe the game was tied 32-32, and somehow we got a point where they added a new rule. Because that's what always happens to the Raiders in the NFL. Something new and ridiculous happens, most of the time bad for us. But I knew what I was writing when I should have wrote 33-30. Yeah, but I was like, they're probably good. I go, can you get a safety in overtime? For either team and win the game? Do they both need possession? Or if they've already had possession, will a safety win the game? I think it will, because they say any score after each team possesses the ball will be a victory. So if the score was 30-30 and then the Raiders got a safety, they might have won the game. I don't know. I made a weird little mathematical prediction with the Illuminati number of 33 for shits and giggles. But I love the Raider fan that called me out. He's like, please, Mikey Raider, explain that prediction. How can that make sense in overtime? I had to ask Matt at first, don't you contradict me, motherfucker. But I was like, at the end of the day, I was like, this guy's actually intelligent. He knew what I was doing. I actually made that prediction knowing the score couldn't happen. And technically, I think when I did it, I was like, I want to see if anybody calls me out on it. And he did. I forgot his name. He's on my Twitter. All right, let me say hello to Caca Nation. Oh, come on. Change your name, brother. I know you were mad at the Raiders, so you changed your name to instead of Raider Nation to Caca Nation. Change it back. All right, let me get the stats on screen because I want to look at them a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see it all. I want to go over the stats from the game a little bit. Derek Carr had himself a nice game, except for that pick six, but I don't put that on Derek Carr. It looked like the guy was holding our wide receiver, Mac Hollins, from the head, or whoever it was on that catch, to where they couldn't get to the ball, and then it ended up being a pick six touchdown for them. But Derek Carr played a pretty good game. He was 16 of 30 for 250, average of 83, 2 touchdowns, no sacks. And hey, let's give it up to our offensive line. They've started to gel together, and it's nice to see. Not only were they helping Josh Jacobs gain confidence in running, but because of Jacobs running so well and some of these overtime wins or passes to Devontae, our offensive line is feeling themselves again, like they can get it done. .86 rating. 250, 16 for 30 for Carr. Let's look at Bear. 335, 7.1, 1 touchdown, got sacked 5 fucking times. For a rating of 885. I know he had more yardage, but technically, don't you think Derek Carr's the better quarterback? I don't know. That's an age-old question for everybody. Every week, Justin Herbert is ranked in the top 10, whether it be fantasy football or whatever. And Derek Carr is always around like 17, 16, 18. I think Herbert is propped up in their heads. I think Herbert's like a 11 or 12, and technically Derek Carr's like an 11 or 12 weekly. That's just my opinion. But, you know, Herbert does throw a lot more yards and has more 300-yard games than Derek Carr. So if that's what your pride into that is, whatever. All right, let's look up Josh Jacobs. Woo, on his injured calf or hurting calf. He still put it together, a wonderful game. 26 carries. Every time he gets the ball over 20 times, we win, it seems like, throughout his entire history with the Raiders. Give that man the rock and give that man his money. Pay that man his money. Give that man his money. He's unfair and square. Yeah. Give that man his money. From Rounders. Teddy KGB, baby. You go all in. I put it all on the line. Sorry. I love that movie, Rounders. Josh Jacobs, 26, 144, average of 5.5, longest of 20. Zamir White, nobody else runs the rock, which is okay. But again, the wear and tear for Jacobs, somebody else has got to start to come through. And it might happen this Thursday. Jacobs needs a rest. All right, let's look at their running backs real quick. Eckler, I just like to compare. 10 for 35, 3.5. Boy, our defensive line did a fantastic job. All right, let's look at their receiving real quick. 6 for 88 from the barbecue chicken bitch. 35 longest, 1 touchdown. Those are decent stats, but he didn't cook us. He put us on the grill. He started the heat, but he didn't cook us. Gerald Everett, Austin Eckler, 5, Palmer, 7. Our defense did a good enough job. Even though those are decent stats where they could have gotten a victory, but we held our own. Whatever. Let's look at our receiving. Adams, 8. How many targets? 12. 8 for 177, average of 22. You got to love it. And I think on one of the touchdowns, it was a Josh McDaniels annexation of Puerto Rico play. Wasn't it? That's for you, Vettel. But he did another razzle-dazzle. I love the razzle-dazzles when they work and when they make sense. But when Josh McDumbass does things that makes Devontae Adams the ball carrier on a jet sweep and makes Derek Carr the lead blocker against a star-studded defensive end, some of those things don't make fucking sense. But the flea flicker has worked a couple of times this year. And that's an okay razzle-dazzle. It doesn't put Derek Carr in harm's way. It's not like a fake punt on 4th and 1 when you got Josh Jacobs at the 30-yard line. Come on, man. Devontae Adams, 8 for 177. Targets 12. Mac Hollins, 5 for 35. You would think Mac Hollins would be the deep guy. Because they're missing the Hunter Renfrow, man. That short across, that slot wide receiver, man. The Raiders are clearly missing that across the middle. But that's why they moved Devontae Adams across the middle and stuff like that. But, yeah, they're missing a slot receiver. Should have kept DeMarcus Robinson. But Foster Moreau, 1 for 32. Mac Hollins, 5 for 35. Jacobs, Abdullah. Josh Jacobs fumbled. That's okay. With everything he's done, his arms are tired. Let's look at defense real quick. Nate Hobbs came back. 8 for 8 solo tackles. Perryman playing his heart out the last couple weeks. Tackle for loss. 2 solo tackles. But 12 tackles. Chandler Jones making a damn appearance. 6 for 5. Deron Harmon. Isaiah Malo. Trevor Morig. I said he was traded earlier. It was the other guy, Trayvon Mullen, in another video. I just wanted to correct myself. Roderick Teamer. Rock Yashin. Jerry Tillery, man, been playing decent for us in a good revenge game versus the Chokers, who we picked them up from a couple of weeks back. So overall, pretty decent game. Where's that time of possession stuff? Like, team stats. Maybe this will show it. All right. First downs, we had 21. They had passing, touchdown, pitching. 16 for 11. Rushing, we had 7. First down from penalties, we had 3. They had 2. Third down efficiency, we were 3 for 10. Only 30%, huh? They were 30% too. Like 31%. Fourth down efficiency, they were 3 for 5. Woo, that sucks. We got to bring that down. Total plays, they had 74. We had 59. Total yards, 404. Total drives, 12 for each. Yards per play, we have a 6.8. Passing, 250 to 314. Rushing, 154 to 72. We kept their entire team under 100. Great day. Penalties, 3 for 4. They had fumbles lost. Time of possession, pretty even. Pretty even. And it still was a close game. Let's be honest, guys. Still was a close game. I want a blowout where we go into the fourth quarter completely and we know we won. I want a blowout. So I can just, I don't know, pull out some chocolate bars if I have any of the little ones and treat myself with a blowout. That's what I want, Raider Nation. I want a freaking blowout. Not a haircut like Polly D. Not a haircut like Polly D. I want a blowout. Get some background music. I want a blowout game. Julian, what's up, brother? No third overtime. What's up, Big Mikhail? Dark Atheist. What's up, LA Nation? Or G, LA Nation. Raiders game, recognized game. What's up, brother? It is what it is. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Not a complete game. We're still improving. Yeah. Wish it was a couple weeks ago, though. Again, the playoffs are, in my mind, still a faraway possibility. But I don't care anymore. I don't care about playoffs. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. I'm enjoying what I am seeing toward a better season with the coach, with the players, and all that other stuff. Let's watch Davante Adams' post-game press conference. I just like to see how he reacts. He's a very even-keeled person, but I want to see if they talk about Keenan Allen or the team, or I don't know. Let's watch Davante Adams' post-game pressure real quick.
These last few weeks, as an offense collectively, running the ball, throwing the ball, y'all really kind of coming into form. What started to click for you guys?
I mean, just the confidence, the juice, the unwavering belief in ourselves that we, we can play, and we show it every week. We just show it in bunches. So for us, it's just about being consistent as possible and going out there putting the same result on tape every time. And if our defense go out there and play like that, it keeps our mind in it too. Make it a little.
He brought it up. If our defense plays like that all the time, where they go out and give it them all, because they had extra motivation because of Keenan Allen. He's exactly right.
Easier. We don't have to scramble when we have a slow start like that.
Last time we were in this locker room, it's a very different feel after the Colts game. Would you consider that a turning point for you guys?
I don't like labeling stuff and being dramatic with terms and all of that. I just say that we definitely playing a better brand of football right now. Complimentary when the offense isn't doing great. The defense goes out there and they do their job and they hold teams to low scoring or just stop them in critical moments that help us on offense, and then vice versa. So I'm not really about trying to say we being slept on or it's a turning point, stuff like that. I'm not really.
It was though. Derek Carr showing emotion. It did something to everybody. You were showing emotion in that game too, and frustration. It has to be a turning point. It has to be. Stop giving credit to the coaches. Oh, we just got to keep going out there, like the way he talks. Hell yeah, it was a turning point. We finally talked to each other. We let it all air out, and we fucking... it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like, I'm pissed off. Let me yell. Let me get rid of it. And guess what? Let me put on a Band-Aid and start the healing.
With that, I'm more like, we're doing the right thing. We just got to keep it going and get some momentum going.
Was there anything in that experience that you guys carry with you now, though?
Yeah, I mean, all the positives. Use some of check the tape out, see the negatives, and think, find out why things happen the way they did. Obviously, the turnovers are pretty obvious, but the small things that led to us, coming off the field, we got to see that and then correct.
Doesn't Davante Adams looking like he's turning in to Las Vegas? What I mean by that is, if you remember classic Las Vegas in the movies and other stuff like that, it's people that are a little bit older. They're always wearing sunglasses, and they just look like Vegas. I can't explain it. It doesn't mean they're gambling, spending money. They have, gold sunglasses. It's just they look like Vegas. I'm just being honest. He looks like classic Las Vegas with the glasses and stuff like that. Now, if he starts wearing a suit, he'll be 100% classic Vegas.
Turnovers are pretty obvious, but the small things that led to us, coming off the field, we got to see that and then correct it.
Does a win over a division rival make the win a little bit sweeter?
100%.
100%.
We know that all of them are sweet. Anytime you can get a victory in this league, it's hard to win in this league. So anytime you can win, you're gonna feel good about that. But anytime it's a team, a really good football team like that, and then a division opponent, it's definitely more sweet.
Well, you're on an individual stats guy, but right now you're on pace pretty much to break franchise records and receiving for everything. Does that have any added significance to you growing up a Raiders fan?
Wow, he's on pace to break our wide receiver season record of of yards or maybe receptions. A franchise record for the Raiders. Hell yeah, let's go.
Well, I mean, it's great, but the stats mean a lot to me in the sense that it means that I'm holding my end of the bargain and I'm doing what I got to do. And the efficiency part is a big part of it too. So we got to make sure we're being as efficient as possible, and let the stats and all of that take care of themselves down the road. But ultimately, I want to get the ball so I can put the team in a position to win games.
Yeah, well, he's a wide receiver that hopefully doesn't turn into a diva. But he said, I'm getting the ball. And he wants the ball. Mudshark said, He got that Vegas swag. Mr. Old School, Robert De Niro in Casino. Vegas, 100%. There you go. Yeah, man. Dude, I love movies, man. References and all that other stuff, so I love it. All right, let's wash. Not trying to be rude. You guys are going to call this racist. I'm not trying to be Spanish or Mexican with an accent. But let's wash. Let's wash Josh Jacobs' post-game press conference. You know that word wash in American culture as well is also misconstrued. Like for Spanish culture, sometimes if they don't, have the language correctly, they say watch. They say wash. Instead of watch, they say wash. White people, my dad and me used to do this all the time. My dad say, are you going to put the laundry in and do wash? Wash instead of wash. My dad and my Alabama and country family would be like, are you going to do wash? I started saying it for a while. Hey, let's go do wash. Classic stuff. All right, let's get that off screen. Let's put on the Josh Jacobs. Let's see how he reacts. I heard he responded to Keenan Allen's bullshit. But let's see what he talks about his legs and his calf and how they're... I haven't watched this yet.
The walk-off in Seattle looked real similar.
They said he clapped back at him in a news report. They said he clapped back in a news report. So Josh Jacobs claps back at Keenan Allen. But I saw that. But here, let me start this again.
Exact same play as the walk-off in Seattle looked real similar.
What did he say?
I don't even remember. I remember I started jogging.
Did he say, was that the exact same play on the touchdown as in the walk-off? Let me turn it a little louder. Sorry, guys. I'm losing my hearing, definitely.
The exact same play as the walk-off in Seattle looked real similar.
Damn, I don't even remember. I remember I started jogging because I knew they didn't want to tackle me, but
they didn't want to tackle me.
I almost cribbled the last one too, the last run, but that's another story. Yeah.
A lot of your yards are such hard yards, but those, that touchdown last week and the one this week were, just kind of right up the middle. You had such good blocking on those. Like, how does that feel when you see a hole like that?
Yeah, no. So when they rotated the safety over, it was just one linebacker on that side, and I knew we had Yak to block him. So I was like, if he block him wherever he fit off where I'm gonna run, and it's gonna be how it is. So it was kind of similar to last week. Yeah.
How do you feel physically coming out of this one?
How do you
feel? I got a little bit of cuts and stuff that I didn't even feel.
He said cuts
in the game, but yeah, I mean, I got a little sore on the contusion on my, on my quad, but that's about it.
Usually you got 24 hours to enjoy.
He said contusion on his quad. Is that his calf? Is there a contusion on his calf?
This, but with the Thursday game, I'm sure that's half if it's even that. Does that process start right now to start getting ready now for Thursday?
I mean, yes. For me, yeah. Normally when I leave here, I go home and I do treatment. I got like a whole little treatment thing set up in my house.
Okay.
So I try to attack that early, you know what I'm saying, just because how many times I touch the ball and how many hits I take. I always
how many times I touch the ball and how many hits I take.
Try to stay on top of that. So it's going to be treated like a normal week for me. But I might be in the building a little bit longer, you know what I'm saying, just trying to prepare for Thursday.
I might be in the bed a little bit longer.
Talk about the growth of the offensive line and how they're settling in. Is that like a symbiotic type growth? Like you can feel like chemistry with the way they're blocking for you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that they believe in me. You know what I'm saying? I believe in them. I encourage them guys all the time. I mean, I'm their biggest advocate. Even when they do badly, I tell them I believe in them, and you could tell that they lay it out on the line for me, and I mean, that's a great feeling to have.
There's a lot of running backs in the NFL that buy their offensive linemen gifts for blocking for them. I don't know if Jacobs has done that this year or he will. I'm not saying he doesn't have enough money to do so, but I guarantee you, if he gets signed by the Raiders for a big contract or something, he's going to get them gifts proactively, maybe a little bit later. But, yeah. Or even if he gets money from another team, And he'll probably get gifts for these Raiders offensive linemen because, let's be honest, a lot of athletes in their like final season, let's call it, before free agency, they typically play better and do better before free agents or before they become free agents. Why is that? Because they got to put it all on the line for the next team to give them a big contract, whether it be the Raiders again or anybody. But athletes, even in baseball, hockey, they tend to play better in a free agent year. So, but yeah, man, I could see Josh Jacobs buying the offensive line, whether soon or later, the gifts for the offensive line. And let's be honest, is he going to break all the records for the Raiders running backs this year, just like Devontae Adams, like franchise records, possibly? And does he? I got to look it up, his stats. Is he better than Derrick Henry this year? My goodness. If I can go back to the fantasy football, even though I was going to draft Josh Jacobs, I knew he was going to have a good year. Every time I draft, like in the third round, I had like late picks. He was always gone. But if I can go back, I'll draft him in the second round now.
I know you kind of worked out before the game today. How close were you to not being able to go?
I was going today. It wasn't really.
Because there was a question whether he was going to play or not because of the calf. Again, for 2 weeks in a row. He's like, I was going to go today. Probably because he's on a tear. He's like, no matter what, if I break my calf, it doesn't matter. I showed the NFL, then I can run.
I know you kind of worked out before the game today. How close were you to not being able to go?
I was going today. It wasn't really a question for me today. It was, especially. I can't say that.
Oh, he said especially. Is this the Keenan Allen stuff? The motivation? I think it is.
Especially. I can't say that.
You can't say what?
Yeah. Barbecue chicken. Baked chicken.
Woo, that was it.
Barbecue chicken.
He goes, I have to go today, especially because of I can't say it. And then he goes, barbecue chicken.
Yeah. Barbecue chicken.
Oh, goodness. That's great. That's classic.
And really a question for me.
That should be a meme. For every team that we beat with Josh Jacobs, barbecue chicken.
Today, it was, especially, I can't say that. Yeah. Barbecue chicken. Baked chicken.
Baked chicken.
I know everybody's been saying, hey, look, Chandler's been doing a lot more than the stats have said all year. He's been such an impact. But what does it feel like to see him get the reward today?
Yeah, Chandler. I mean, it's good because I know he thinks about it. I know that a lot of plays, like when we watch film, he'd be like this close. And like Max might get him, he'd be like right there away from him. But just to see him, man, come out and have a dominant performance, really from start to finish. Even in the run game, he was doing his thing. And he played with a lot of energy, and that turned everybody on the sideline up for real.
Yeah, again, I don't mind Max Crosby not having a big game. If that leads to Chandler Jones having a big game, I'm all for it. I am all for it. It'd be nice if one of them or both of them in one game have like 2 or 3 sacks each. That'd be pretty awesome. But I'm all for it. One or the other. That's fine.
Is there any extra juice for Thursday Night Football because the nation is watching this? You're the only game in town.
For me personally, not so much. The juice more so be, I know I'm about to get a 3-day weekend and I'm going to be able to, take care of my body and then feel great for the next week. So I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Apologies if you already asked it, but just how nice is it to beat a division opponent in the fashion that you guys did?
Yeah, I mean, playing the division game, the implications that it has is always huge. Especially that team, that's a good team. They got a great quarterback. They got some good receivers, and obviously Eckler is who he is. So just to come out and see how we played them, we really gave them 10 points with the turnovers we had. But the defense, man, they held us down today.
And having
So we gave them 10 points with the turnovers. So we would have beat them 27-10, possibly.
Oh yeah, Nate, man, you just see his energy, how he was flying around. You could tell that he's missed a couple games, but you could definitely see that he still
got tired.
You know what I'm saying? So that was good to see. Appreciate it.
All right. Somebody wrote something about Khalil Mack. Oh, Dark Atheist, you said Khalil Mack is washed up. Well, Khalil Mack and Derek Carr, again, remember, they came into the league together, 9-10 years ago. For a defensive lineman, more so than a quarterback, with speed, agility, the 9th or 10th year, you got to understand they are going to lose a step or two here or there. So I still love Khalil Mack. I still think he's a great guy. And I want to be honest, did anybody else see this in the game last week? There was a play where Derek Carr was running toward the sidelines, maybe got a yard or two or something like that, and Khalil Mack was chasing him. Then Derek Carr went out of bounds, and then right at that moment, Khalil Mack pushed Derek Carr. It wasn't a penalty because it was very close to the line when he went out. But I do remember seeing Derek Carr on that play turn around and say something to Khalil Mack. I don't know if it was heated. I don't know if it was in good fun or being pissed off that Khalil Mack would actually push Derek Carr after he was going out of bounds. Because Khalil Mack should technically know Derek Carr doesn't run that much, and Derek Carr was already going to go out of bounds. The angle was going to force Derek Carr out of bounds no matter what. And Khalil Mack was chasing him at that angle. So Khalil Mack should have known, look, Derek Carr's going out. There's no first down right there. There's nothing. I'm not going to push him. But Khalil Mack pushed Derek Carr. And I saw Derek Carr turn around and look and point and say something. And he was walking backwards. And then Khalil Mack, I don't know what he did, but he was listening, but he turned around, and then Derek Carr said something, and then walked back, because he had to get the third down play going. I'm sure they didn't mess up their friendship or anything like that, but boy, think about that. That was the competitive nature. And I think Derek Carr was like, why the hell did you push me? Why the hell did you push me? I'm going out of bounds. It's not a first down. That might have ticked off Derek Carr a little bit. I'm just saying. I don't know if you guys remember that play. Two Red Ring said, I also saw the play where Herbert got spanked by Max Crosby. That was great. Fantastic. All right, please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button, y'all. I do these videos not only to have fun, to have some sort of a life, but I'm hurting financially just like a lot of people. This is one of my only outlets, so I need to get views, the likes, the subscribes. It all helps me in some way, maybe earn a few bucks while I have fun talking Raiders. So I appreciate it, and I love you. All right, y'all, let's do this. Let's get into, we got about 8-10 minutes left. Let's do a game preview, a simple game preview. Again, I am not, one of these gurus with statistics and this and that and la-da-da. Let's have a simple, and look, I had to cover out the post, so I put Indiana Jones pictures because I'm looking forward to the game. But instead of post-game preview, I had to get rid of the post, so I put the Indiana Jones pictures there. It's the only picture I had on my desktop. But it says game preview now for Thursday Night Football. And real quick, one thing of note was the game versus the Patriots 2 weeks from now, I think in week 16 or 15. I think it's week 15. The Sunday Night Football game, the primetime game, has been taken away from the Raiders and the Patriots. That's right. The game has been flexed out. They put in the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants game because that has technically more playoff implications for ratings. But if we win this game, I would think a revenge game versus the Patriots with our new head coach would be a good flex game. But whatever. Whatever. All right, the Raiders are facing the Rams in L.A. this Thursday night. The Rams ain't doing so good. I think their quarterback is John Wolford. The Rams, I don't know if they're going to have Aaron Donald. I doubt it. They don't have their top wide receivers. They're all gone. They're playing some interesting young players like Tutu Atwell, Ben Skoranek. The other guy's pretty decent. Anderson? I don't know. But there's another dude. Pretty decent. His father's a coach in the NFL, I think for the Cardinals. But the Rams are a shell of their former team, of their Super Bowl team from last year. But they can still battle and fight, and they still got a good coach that can, on occasion, out-scheme and out-coach other teams. With the Raiders' defense being so weak most of the time, but showing up this past game, it's not a give-me. No NFL game is a give-me for the Raiders or anybody. What's that movie? To Any Given Sunday, baby. I do believe, though, we are going to be favorites. I haven't looked at all the information. I do believe Josh Jacobs will play. But he needs to be on a pitch count. But I thought he was going to be on more of a pitch count this week. I said that in my pregame show the other day. But he still had 26 carries. I'd prefer that to go down to like 20, 21. Again, depending on his calf. But again, I just want this guy to be healthy. Going into a 10-day stretch where he can heal. I just want him to be healthy. And I want a victory. So it's a yin or yang. We might need Jacobs to get a victory. Because we technically needed Jacobs and Devontae this week to get a 7-point victory. Especially with the turnovers we had. The Rams got a decent, defensive back room that can play good, but they can be beat. Long story short, the Raiders should be favorites. And this game's in L.A., and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm really upset and sad at my life nowadays for multiple reasons because I'm struggling. Whether it be mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, I'm struggling. I'm in a very dark place. I have been for a couple years now. It's not getting better. Trying to. Too many barriers for me to pass. And I don't know how to pass them. And it seems like the doors keep closing in on me. Whether it be financially, because I'm always alone, health-wise, all my heart issues, blah, blah, blah. It's a really scary time. But I don't want to talk much more about that because that's on me to figure it out. With a little help from my friends, all I need is a lot of money. All I need is some good health. Have a little help from my friends. But a good friend of mine is a Rams season ticket holder. Last year in the preseason, I went to the Rams game with my best friend, Raphael, before he moved to Tennessee. And I met up with Samoan Raider, as I had 3 tickets to that Rams preseason game. The video might be online. I might have shared it, or at least a picture in previous shows from last year. But that same friend that has Rams season tickets gave me 3 tickets to this week's game. To go. To watch the Raiders. But I can't go. My health is struggling really badly. It's really hard for me to walk. My blood pressure and a bunch of other things that I'm afraid of if I do a long journey. And financially, it cost a bunch of money because I don't have a car at the moment to go to the stadium and do all of that stuff with an Uber or a Lyft. And I don't really have any friends around that'll pick me up that are, they've all seemed to move. So there's a lot of things that are making me not go to this game. And that really makes me sad because I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't know how long anybody's going to be alive, let alone myself, to miss an adventure like this. It scares me because I don't know what the next day will bring. And I'm really, really sad that I'm not going to be able to go in my hometown, 20 minutes away, due to all my variables and my circumstances. So I had to give the tickets back to my friend and refuse to go, and it really hurts my soul. I wish there was a magic elixir that could fix me health-wise, financially, to all of a sudden go out there on a Thursday night game and hang out with you, Raider Nation, see some of my friends that will show up from the past. But it is what it is. But I will be at home watching the game on Thursday Night Football. And I don't know, maybe I'll drink. I don't like drinking. I do it every 2 or 3 times a year. I got a couple of wine bottles that I bought maybe like 2 months ago to watch the Raiders. Because wine is good for your heart. Maybe I'll drink those wine bottles and watch Thursday Night Football and get a little buzz. I ain't going to mess around with the tequilas, the vodka. I did that one time this year, and I fell asleep before the Raider game. I get so fucking drunk or weird or whatever my body goes through that I just pass out. Because my body and my kidney or whatever can't handle it. But I got a couple of wine bottles. They're decent size. So maybe that's good for your heart. And I'll have that for Thursday Night Football. All right. Hang in there, Mickey. It's Mikey with no C. Take out the C. It shows it on screen below. I hate it when they call me Mickey. It sounds like Mickey Mouse. No. Mikey. Mike. There's no C in Mike. Health is wealth. What up, Mikey? What's up, Tupac? What's up, Tragedy Turned Triumph? Raiders game, recognized game. Thank you. Where am I living? L.A., brother. I live in L.A. Basically, the Burbank, California. 20 minutes away and you have tickets? Wow. Well, 20 minutes away in a car, yeah. But when I went to the game in the preseason and I ordered an Uber for me and my friend to go, we didn't go halvesies or whatever we should have. Or he should have offered. But it was literally like $120 round trip from the stadium. It's a lot of money, man. Plus a little bit of food. It was like a $250 game with free tickets. That's a lot of money for me right now. People don't need to know my business, but I was in the cryptocurrency space with FTX. And I lost some stuff. I don't want to get into all my issues. All right, let's move on. Let's do a Rams pregame preview prediction. What did Vettel say? I'm sorry, I'm trying to read it. My eyes are so bad. I realized today, my dad had glaucoma and cataracts. I got to stop talking about problems. But I realized today that I don't have a good eyesight close up. But the further away, the better it gets. But then too far, then I can't even read it. It's weird. I'd pay to watch you sleep while you're passed out. Ooh, I'm sure what's that breathing stuff? Whatever. Dude, I will pick you up. I'm coming from the Bay. It's nothing. Come on, Mikey. You got tickets. We there. Well, I appreciate that Raiders game, recognized game. But again, there's two issues with that. First, I have some major health issues. My heart, there's been some stuff going on, bro. And just to get out of the house, I'm afraid, okay, that something bad might happen if I do that and all that walking. Then the other thing is, when they gave me the tickets, it was on Saturday, again, I realized on Monday that I couldn't go, so I told him to just sell them. So he went online to the website where you could exchange or sell tickets, and he sold them for a really cheap price. Should have sold the coins. Yeah, I know. I didn't think the FTX thing was doing that stuff. I had Bitcoins, and the money kept going down and down and down, and I should have sold it, but I was like, I'm all right, you know. I'll let the year go by, and it'll go up in value after January, you know. And then the FTX scandal happened, and I don't know what's going on right now. So we're all seeking court cases, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, let's give a prediction. Give me your score predictions for the game, guys, and let's go from there. Give me the score prediction, and I'll give you my score prediction. So this game, in my opinion, is going to be, like I said, this is going to be the identity game. I believe the Raiders are going to come out after learning what we've learned the past 3 to 4 weeks, whether it be on defense with Jacobs, Adams, Foster Moreau. There's a possibility Darren Waller said he's going to do whatever he can to play to prove his doubters wrong. I don't know if Hunter Renfro's going to play, but if Darren Waller comes back, Foster Moreau went out of the game with a concussion, possibly, but he came back in the game last week. And but if Darren Waller comes back, that adds another weapon to Derek Carr. Will he be a little bit rusty? I'm sure he will be. Will he understand the offense as much as he has because he's been on IR or in rehab or whatever you want to say? Will he be rusty? Yes, he will. But it'll still be nice to have Darren Waller on the field. And he can be used as a weapon that can kind of help out always using Josh Jacobs or Devontae, at least on a few series, to say the least. That being said, I don't know what's going to happen, but we are going to get back a couple of key members, and hopefully this will be our identity game, where we put it all together and we win big in a blowout over 10, 14 point, whatever. I really hope that's the case. So, we got Julian Carell saying 34-31 Raiders make Rams quarterback look like an all-pro. So that means they lose or they win and the Rams quarterback scores 31 points. That's probably what that means. The Raiders always make crappy quarterbacks look good. Fluffy, Rams 2, Raiders 3. That is a great prediction. I love it, brother. I love it. Veto, Ronnie G, 37-32. Wasn't that last week's score for you? No, you were 27-something last week. Sorry, dude, my eyes. Tails by Diesel, 36-19 Raiders is my prediction. Love it. Shoot the moon. How you been, brother? Carr has never beaten the Rams. Wow, that's a fact I did not know. He will now. I guarantee. 31-17, 2 red rings. No memes, Fluffy. No mamish. Yeah. I just watched Lopez versus Lopez last night. That's funny. I like that show. There was 3 episodes or 4 episodes of Lopez versus Lopez. I like George Lopez, dude. I think I'm a Mexican at heart. I don't mean no disrespect. I'm Miklo. You know, I'm a Mexican at heart. I love tacos. And pina coladas. I don't have much faith. 2014, go Raiders. Respect. 28-14 Raiders, baby. All eyes on G. Live my life as a thug till the day I die. All eyes on G. Waller said he has been working with Carr and Adams after practice. Wow. That's right. I did hear that. Thank you very much for reminding me. 27-10, Raiders game recognized game. Dirty 30, 27-17. We win a stress-free game for once. Yes, you said it right. No mames. The Patriots are the only AFC team Carr hasn't beaten. Shoot the moon. I thought he hasn't beaten the Rams. I don't know. I'm confused. It's all good. LFG with the Mexican flag, Bugsy Raider said. Roasted Allen barbecue chicken. All eyes salute. All right. Let's get to my prediction, because you all know I'm a guru. I predicted the Raiders score to win, but I predicted Devontae Adams to win. I predicted the MVPs to pass 3 weeks in a row. Let's get to my prediction, baby, because you all know I'm a guru. The Raiders win 31-19. The MVP, since every week it's been a different player, will be Derek Carr with over 300 yards, probably for the second time this year, and having 3 motherfudging touchdowns. 3 motherfudging touchdowns. So if you break it down, that's 7, 14, 21 points from Derek Carr and 10 points from the kicker. Or a defensive score. And the kicker. There's multiple outcomes. Or a safety and 3 kicks. The Rams will score a couple times. They're going to have a few field goals against us. It is their hometown. But I hope we'll see a sea of silver and black. Because just like my friend who is a season ticket holder to the Rams game, he's giving his tickets away to Raiders fans. That's how bad it is for the Rams at this moment. And aren't you guys glad that we kind of fixed our problems, at least for the time being? And we look better than the Rams. We look better than the Broncos. We look better than a lot of teams that are actually still in the playoff hunt. Damn, it feels good to be a Raider right now. Raiders will win 31-19. Derek Carr will have over 300 yards. He'll be the MVP. So it'll be a triple header of Josh Jacobs being the MVP, Devontae Adams being the MVP, Derek Carr officially the MVP. That's my prediction, and I'm sticking to it. And you know what? Let's get on out of here with a wrap for the Rams. This is going to be a preview wrap. And then I'm getting out of here. And go have some crackers and I don't know what I have to eat today, but maybe some menudo. Since I'm a Mexican. Boy, I sound like really bad when I say this shit, but I'm old school. I'm not racist. I just do some good jokes. Let's do it! It's victory preview wrap time. Hopefully I do another victory wrap after the Rams game. Let's go! How come I can't hear it? How come I can't hear it? Where's my preview rap? I can't hear it. Why can't I hear it? Oh, guys. Something happened to my victory rap. I can't hear it at all. Did my headset go out? Sorry, guys. Should have turn on my headsets and see what happens again. Hopefully, you guys, it'll come back. Bluetooth waiting for connection. There it is. Yay, I got it back. I can hear it. You guys can hear it, but I couldn't hear it because my headset went out. All right, I got it back. All right. It's time for a victory preview wrap versus the Lambs. Let's go.